unforgettable. That's what you are. Unforgettable. So near or far. Like a song of love that clings to me. How the thought of you does things to me. Never before has someone been more unforgettable in every way. And forevermore. And forevermore. That's how you stay. That's how you stay. That's why, darling, it's incredible. That's someone so unforgettable. It's that I am unforgettable too. Has someone been more unforgettable in every way? And forevermore. That's how you stay. That's how you stay. That's why, darling, it's incredible that someone so unforgettable thinks that I am unforgettable too.
Ooh, y'all. Y'all, that brings back memories. When that song hit, I think I was in sixth grade, and I was just so excited to show my daddy that song. And he was like, girl, that song is like, that ain't for no father and daughter. But I said, well, it is now, Daddy. So that was our song, y'all. So it is my daddy's 72nd birthday. Y'all, please make sure y'all go on. I'm live from the studio, y'all. Y'all know it's been a y'all, Atlanta done got back cold. I don't know. I had put up the Atlanta in bloom, and Atlanta got back cold on us. So I had on my little hat earlier, y'all. I got all my gear. I was wrapped up in my scarves and all. So I came out for this live. But I'm live from the studio, y'all. That is right. That is Too Raw for TV, print and press, and studio here in the A. I am live. So, y'all, it is good to be back. I know it's been a minute since we've done a live. And y'all, like I said, y'all have to excuse. I had hat hair, so that is why everything is looking a little bit more coily than usual. But I had to unwrap to do this. Yeah, it's cold here in Atlanta. I said Atlanta done got Philippied on me, y'all. They done, woo. They got me thinking I need to be back up in Philly. But yeah, I just had some cute pictures out. I've been photo bombing my daddy today. Y'all, this is me. This is your girl. I like, Daddy, you remember that girl? You remember that girl on your 72nd, Daddy? Oh, thank you, Deacon Anthony. You're always so sweet. And hey, Diamond Princess, sis, how are you? I've missed y'all. I've missed y'all. But I had to open up with that. That was Unforgettable by Nat King Cole and his beautiful daughter. And we know they're reunited in heaven. I know if anybody's reunited in heaven, I know those they are just beautiful soul. Natalie Cole and Nat King Cole, which y'all know that was our Brian McKnight, right? Well, I mean, Brian McKnight is our version of Nat King Cole. Um, so beautiful. I'm so glad to see who's here. Naima say Virginia is cold. Girl, you know I know. That's where my daughter was born. So Virginia only gets about a month of good weather anyway, as far as I'm concerned. It's always gonna be cold in Indianapolis, Deacon. So I understand. Diamond is West Coast ride, and how's that weather over there in the West Coast? Um, who else is here? God fearing Northern Bell. Northern Bell, hey sis, haven't seen you in a minute. Y'all, this is gonna be a fun one. This is gonna be a fun one because I've been watching some things, right? You guys, you all know I'm a writer, and I hope you guys know that. Most of you have caught my book. If you haven't caught my book, please do. Now is a great time to get it because guess what? My daughter needs to have a root canal. And a root canal is to the tune of $1,800. So help your sister out. Buy a book, buy bracelets. You know, my daughter does the Lumi. She makes the bracelets, and y'all, her designs have I mean, in a 2 months' time, her designs have really gone bananas. She is just off the chain with it, literally, or off the loom. So, y'all, please pick up a bracelet, order a bracelet from her. Y'all know we ship Monday through Friday. So yeah, her root canal, y'all. Look at what a sweet tooth to get you. And when I tell you guys, my daughter is so they are so it's so such a um what do they call it? Like you wouldn't. It's a false read, so to speak, because even the dentist was like, she has such good teeth. You know, I would have missed this had we not done the X-ray because her teeth are great and she has a great routine with keeping her teeth flossed up, and she got her brush down to a T. After she eats a little sweet, she goes and brushes her teeth. Like she does all of the things perfectly, but she had an infection, and so they don't know what caused which. So either the cavity caused the strep throat infection, or the strep throat infection got into underneath her gum and caused the decay underneath there to bring in the cavity. But either way, oh yeah, thank you. I will. Thank you so much, Deacon Anthony. You're so right. It is. I'm gonna put it up now. Glow Up Omega. So yeah. So please get a book if you haven't gotten a book yet. I have Cash App and I now have PayPal too, y'all. Y'all know since that cafe opened, honey, every which way you can get it, I got it. So I have PayPal. You can PayPal Courtney Omega. You can Cash App me. You can Zelle me. But for the Zelle information, just email me for that. I don't put that one out there too much, but here is the Cash App. I'm just gonna put it up there. Um, and you all are, you're always welcome to join the panel with the $5 contribution. But today specifically, y'all, please get a book, which is $10, or please order a loom, which is $7. I'm sorry, not a loom, a bracelet from my daughter's loom from Embracelets, because y'all, um, your girl been working. You hear me working, and just trying to make sure that her babies stay comfortable, and you know, because my babies do so much, y'all. They really do. We've been working the cafe, and they're just tremendous. So I want my daughter to be as comfortable as possible. I don't want to have to go to a hat guy. I don't want to have to send her over to somebody to pull the tooth out with a wrench. You know what I mean? So they're not going to do an extraction. They are going to do a root canal and a full cleansing. So 1,800, y'all. Now I can see how they got us stuck in those jobs. They had us stuck in those bad jobs for years, chasing behind free dental. So let's get to it. We're gonna hop to it, y'all. We're gonna talk about what is up with being what's going on with being elected. As you all know, or you might know, or you might not know, but let me tell you, I am a former elected official, name officially on the ballot and all that good stuff. Had to declare candidacy, and that's why I always challenge anyone that thinks that Courtney Omega is not my real name. You cannot run for public office with no fake name. So it ain't gonna be no Omega action girl on the ballot. Courtney Omega is the name. Courtney Omega held office as a an elected council member of the Coconut Grove community in Miami, Florida. So I was the youngest elected official on that council seat, or holding that council seat. And we're talking about, what is it? Is it all that it's cracked up to be, or is all that it's marketed to be? Because you know what we're often told is you should vote, but y'all, we aren't told to run. Well, and honestly, y'all, that's why I ran. Y'all also may remember my grandmother had she lived throughout her second term, she would have been the oldest elected official mayor of a city in the United States. But she did come to the end of her physical life 2 years into her second year into her second term as mayor. But my grandmother never lost an election. She was a two-time commissioner, two-time mayor. Y'all, Yvonne Scarlett Golden wasn't nothing to play with, y'all. I just want to let y'all know. I just want to let y'all know. Somebody told me the other day, they said that, don't I get tired of talking about my grandma? No. No, I don't. I don't. And if you have a problem with how often I talk about my grandma or my family or my legacy, then it's just not the channel for you. It's just not the channel. But they asked me, they said, don't you ever get tired of talking about her? Like, and it's not like y'all, they were saying it like, don't you get tired of talking to her? Like, shouldn't you just do your own stuff? Like, they weren't saying it in that vein. They were saying it like, you just should get tired of talking about your people. But I'm not. I'm not, because you know what? I realized at a very young age, if you don't trump your family or trumpet yourself, nobody really does that for you. I don't care what anybody says. You cannot toot your own horn. It's only but it's so much of that. I mean, you cannot rely on somebody else to toot your horn. It's only but so much of that people are gonna do. Like, they're gonna say, yeah, I'm gonna pass out. Learn that during the election, during campaigning. Y'all walking those blocks, they get lonely after the first four. After the first four houses, they get very lonely. People get tired of knocking on doors. People get tired of making those calls, and even those robocalls. Y'all, if anybody was here in Georgia, you already know um, who got tired of hearing a Warnock and all of that. But yes, people, you may be able to hire services, but it still does need to be people that are out there doing it. And most of the time, that is a job that people do not want. They don't want to be out there. They'll take your flyers and go dump them in the garbage. This had to happen. My One of my campaign workers was actually assaulted by another campaign worker the day of the election. So, y'all, people, why would they? People don't want to be going through that. So, it gets lonely out there when you are passing out your flyers, you're passing out your materials, you're trumping and stomping. But you can't get tired of doing that if you are going to be successful, because nobody else is going to put you on. They just are not. They just are not. They're not going to put you on. So, um, no, it should be working. Don't use capital letters. It's not case sensitive. And try PayPal. If not, if you want to do PayPal, it's Courtney Omega. So, or you can look it up through my email. I'm gonna put that in the chat. But it should be working. You send me your code. Email me your code, and I will request from you. Sometimes, I don't know, depending on the depending on type of phone you have. Sometimes that might be the case. But it is Glow Up Omega, and it's working. Oh, I know it's working, honey, because these when I let me tell you something about why I love being in Atlanta, y'all. Because people always say, "Oh, nah, it just depends on where you're from." Like it, because my hometown to do that. I wasn't born and raised here in Atlanta. I wasn't. Um, but when I have a network of people here, this gentleman being one of them, Palmetto Star. If you guys have not gotten 3 Steps to End Racism right now, make sure you do it. My co studio mate here. Um, I'm not from Atlanta, but I have a network here that if I say, hey, I need something, when I tell you this crew is ready, this crew is on go, this crew is green light, they green light, and they've been blowing ever since I told them on. My daughter's appointment was yesterday, literally, and ever since I told sorry y'all, I was frozen. But yeah, ever since I told my crew I need this root canal done for my daughter needs this root canal, y'all, the money hasn't stopped. Like, bing, like people are hitting it. And we're still short, but that Cash App does work. So, and let me just to make sure, and my picture comes up. It's me and Malcolm X. Y'all know the man of my life right now, the man of my life. Uh, don't get mad because he gonna see that. He'll be like, I ain't the man of your life. He the man of my life. But y'all know what I mean. Until I got a ring on it. Until I got a ring on it. But this is it here. Can y'all see that? Can y'all see? Yeah. See there? That's it. So you just gotta make sure. Um, absolutely. Absolutely. I agree. You know what, God fearing? I love that part in what Hold Ya by Egyptian, featuring Nicki Minaj when she says, um, uh, I got a spot in every state, Dalmatian chick. I'm like I feel the same way. I say I know someone in every city I fly into. I could at least get 1 or 2 nights. But y'all, I never do that. I really don't. When I fly into somewhere, when I go to somewhere, I like to get, because y'all know I roll deep. I roll deep with these babies and all. I like to get in my own spot usually and just, just enjoy for about a week, 2 weeks. That's so. But I fully do have people in a lot of cities that offer, hey, come, and you just come and you're welcome here. You can get on the couch or got a room. I got a rug for you. But I roll deep, so I typically like to get our own little spot. But ooh, I like cities like Locust Grove and Flowery Branch. Where are those? I like that. So let me ask this group because we are a small group here right now. We're a small group. Has anyone have any idea? Just throw your guesses up and let me tell you. I'm going to give something. I'm going to send out something special to the first person that guesses correctly. What's the percentage of how many people run for office? And y'all don't be googling. Don't be googling. Oh, let me look. Let me look. Yes, it worked. Wait a minute. Deacon said, give me a book. You said it real tough. And I'm going to do better than that. Send me your email and your postal because I'm going to send you out a special gift. Yeah, thank you so much. Deacon got right on it. That's what I mean, y'all. I mean that. Like, I love that. I appreciate that, y'all. When we say, when we say support, we can you all don't realize we can literally do that for each other. We can do that for each other. Listen, my tax person told me that clear as day, like flat out. He was going over my business taxes and she was like, It's a duo because I have a professional and I have a personal. And y'all know, my taxes got kind of messy. My taxes were messy for the past 2 years because, I started a couple of businesses, and I filed. I had to file like against one of my former businesses. Gentleman wanted to keep the name, and I'm like, nah, it's not the name. And I'm like, well, I'm just gonna make my own business with the same name. So it got kind of messy. So my taxes have been kind of funky the past 2 years, but I have a great team working on them now. They've gotten them together, but they were literally saying that they were like, between your four businesses, like you shouldn't have had to go back. You shouldn't have to go back to work. You shouldn't have had to go back to work. Like they literally said they were talking about that before COVID. I mean, they were talking about that. They were like, even with COVID considered, between these four businesses, with what you do, you should not have ever needed to go and get a 9 to 5 anywhere because y'all, I do everything. I'm a consultant. I set up LLCs and coordinate contracts for teams for their businesses. I also have a youth program, so we can run summer camps and tutoring camps and summits and conferences for youth entrepreneurship and development, right? So like he was like, between all of these, like you shouldn't have to go get a 9 to 5. Like it's crazy because it's like people think of owning businesses almost like you would think of this as being hobbies. But if you think of businesses like jobs, like it'd be the equivalent of having like four. He said my three businesses was the equivalent of somebody working like 5 jobs. Like you couldn't imagine that. You couldn't imagine somebody like, and he was just like, he was like, if this was supported the way it should be, even just these two, the independent consulting and organizing government contracts for team workers should be able to like, totally sustain like, my life. And what's interesting is that for others, it is. Now, how many, Kev on stage, y'all watch him? It's not that it's work, but it is. It is because you have to chase contracts all day. And it's like when you know that you have the skill set so that it should be coming to you. It should be coming to you. Thank you. Okay, for that email. Let me write that down, y'all, because y'all know this takes about 2 days before it posts again. Thank you so much, Deacon. I will be sending that out to you. So I'm going to email you, and you can give me your physical address, and I'm going to also put something in the mail for you. Really appreciate it. Really appreciate it. But yeah, I tell y'all, my Atlanta crew, y'all, this Atlanta crew don't play. In Miami, it was hard to get a meal. Y'all have to understand, Miss Rose. If y'all ever hear me talk about Miss Rose, y'all know that I love her. That's my heart. Because I always had a saying, I leave with who I came with, right? And Miss Rose was always down for me. That blue van that got my poster wrapped from when I ran for office. Miss Rose rode around with that, man. That was her van. That was her van. And she was like, "Oh, Courtney, they don't like that." She's older. And I say, "Yeah, I can imagine, Miss Rose. So thank you. Thank you for just having that faith in me and just just being a friend, man, riding around with that." She said they didn't like it. Hey, she, thank you for throwing up those light bulbs. She, this is my daddy's 72nd birthday. Make sure you go on my community tab, y'all. Put the thumbs up. Put my dad picture up there. Those are my two oldest sisters in the picture with him. Neither one of those are me, but those are my two oldest sisters. But use that picture particularly because when my dad married my mom, she was a mother. He had no children. She was a mom to 3 children, and he had no children. And he married her. And then y'all, 10 years later, I came along, right? Right. So thank you so much. Thank you so much for putting those glowers up. So yeah, and also when my grandmother ran for commission the first time, my dad was the treasurer. My dad was treasurer. My dad's always been really good with money, super good with money. Just cause, I think just with the army, he's a not an army, but he's a Air Force vet. Air Force vet. Yep, he's Air Force vet. And I had to think about it because my dad used to always take us to the air shows, and he loved the Air Force. He ended up not being able to fly because he needed glasses, and y'all know back then you couldn't need glasses. But he was a photographer, so that even though he wasn't able to fly because of his eye, he was able to use the photographer to use that lens, to use that eye, and he was a very celebrated photographer during the Vietnam War. And so Richard's daughter, y'all, that's who I was known as in my college photography class at Florida A&M. I was known as Richard's daughter. And my picture got the top picture of the summer session in 1999. And what was underneath? It wasn't Courtney Omega, it was Richard's daughter. That's what I wanted to be known as. That was my daddy. All right. So the percentage, I didn't see if anybody guessed it because I've been talking and I've been watching this cash app, making sure I'm not missing saying thank you to anybody. Um, but there only 2% of the U.S. would have run for office by this year's end. So by 2021 ending, only 2% of the US population has ever or will have run for office. Now, there has been a spike in a certain demographic running for office, and guess who that is? Do, 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 do. It's millennials. It's millennials. Yeah, it's millennials. Millennials are making a spike more than Generation Xers and, of course, more than baby boomers. They are making a tremendous push with becoming elected officials, foregoing actually getting, 9 to 5s, but running for office. And let me tell you, I am not surprised by that because you all, for years, people were discouraged from running for office because they were like, oh, it's no money in it, and it's just too. Oh, who is this? Thank you. Let me see who this is. I'm so sorry, I can't see. Oh, thank you, poetic. Oh, sweet. Y'all, I love y'all. I really do. Thank y'all so much. And yeah, I'm gonna give you this because it's my daddy's day, y'all. Because it's my daddy's day, I'm gonna give you this one. It ain't just St. Patty's Day, y'all. It's my daddy's day. So I'm gonna give you the green hot. And I'm gonna give you this, Deacon. But thank y'all so much. Yes, and poetic. I don't know if I have your email, but please, if you can, send me your email address. I appreciate you. Oh my gosh, Sub Zero. Love your commentary this morning. Thank you so much. I'm missing your lives for some reason, brother. If you don't bring me on to a live so we can really kick it, that would be great. And miss you also at the cafe on Sunday. And I'm out of town this Sunday, so we are going to be in Mississippi. Y'all, I have been telling people that I want to get to Mississippi, and somebody in the network, that's how it grows. Y'all, Brother Bakari is from Mississippi, and there is a community in Mississippi that has not gotten water for the past year. And if you guys do not know Brother Bakari, please go to his channel and subscribe. All of my torch bearers, which I believe is everybody in the room, we don't have anybody new. Please link Brother Bakari's channel. Put it up there. Y'all know he's on the Team Black movement / campaign. I don't like to limit it to calling it a campaign or movement. It's just got to be a lifestyle, but it is Team Black. So y'all, he didn't steal it from Robert Perkins. Y'all know it's no such thing as an independent, brilliant idea. So even though some of y'all might disagree, that's the truth. But Sub, I'm so glad you're here, brother. Really, really glad you're here. Let me highlight you. But yeah, just don't show no love and leave now because we are going to get into it and why more of us should be running for office. Or what do y'all think? Is it worth it? I'm gonna say yes and no. So, some major things happened to me while I was an elected official. I'm gonna give the real with y'all. I'm not gonna. Y'all know with me, I'm never going to skirt. I'm not gonna skirt any issues. I am definitely going to be authentic and forthcoming. But I was evicted as a elected official. Evicted official. Ooh, that might be a title for a book, y'all. I was evicted as an elected official. Yes, yes, yes. And within my first year, within office, I faced an eviction. And it's not that you think that you're going to be excluded from things like that, of course, but it was the manner in which I lost the home because I really felt that I was living in a home that should have been declared historical. So my efforts and my interest was getting things lined up so that we could, I was getting things renovated in the home. It was also not only was it wasn't historical because of the structure. It was historical because of the inhabitants, the people that had built it. The husband that was the husband of the husband and wife team that built it was the first African American. He was the first African American uh, law enforcement officer in Coconut Grove, and he was the husband to the wife of the. She was the teacher and educator, and she had literally taught at all of the schools in that neighborhood. She had taught at the elementaries, she had taught at the middle, and she retired, I believe, in the middle school. And it was when, of course, Coconut Grove was still segregated. But what was so significant about them also as a duo is they didn't just build their property on their land. They actually brought the property in the back of them. They built a house for their sons. So their sons ended up not keeping the property, and that was actually they actually before their children, I think one of their sons preceded them in death. And so they didn't, get it. They weren't able to fully get the benefit out of having property owned in the family as they would have hoped. But they picked up a couple of different. They built a couple of different homes, and they just saw a vision, which wasn't just that, okay, it's for us, but it was going to be for family. This is what they were passing down for their family. And since they were educators and they were legacy makers, both of their children were librarians. And so it just had really cool history. And I thought that we could, you know, we could align as a community and just rally behind getting this home declared historical. But that just didn't seem to be the interest. And what really kind of surprised me was just that so many people talked about it, but nobody was interested in really, going down to, at the time, City Hall and the courthouses and getting things signified to do that. And so I lost the home, and I lived in this home, and I was, putting together a great team of contractors to just renovate this property and just really do some great works to memorialize the Gifford home, the family that created it, and I just wasn't able to get the support. And then when the hurricane hit, and I filed for all of this, I filed for all of uh, the work because to be redone because the roof kind of got messed up and that sort of thing. And so I filed for it and I won. But guess who got it? The people that had originally who had purchased the home from it literally only had one other family that inhabited that home before me. So with that being said, it was just very unfortunate that um we just couldn't save the property together because I think that this could have been a joint effort. And that is something that I really felt like as an elected official, this was something that we could have, this was something that we could accomplish. That wasn't just about me, because again, this was something that could have belonged to the community. Oh, wait, excuse me, y'all. Yes. Oh, yeah. Wait, no, take this one. Yes. So, y'all, I had a little somebody bothering me off screen, y'all. One of my the patient to be herself, y'all. Okay, and y'all had to know when we came from the dinner, she was still over there asking for some sweets. I said, "Girl, you ain't never gonna get no sweets from me." She loves candy, y'all. Please know your efforts will be well managed. I will not be letting her use no candy all over the place. So so yeah, I would love to see more of us actually throw our hats in the ring, but we definitely do need to be we definitely need to think about uh the reality of holding office and what that means. And the reality of holding office is that a lot of us just don't have that support, whether it is from family, our community, or both. We don't. Um, it was just a lot of rough times, and like I said, you would think that because some of these same people, some of these same parents, some of these same community members, when they needed that letter written, when they needed a voice, when they needed someone back in their business ventures, they would call me out. They would wanted me to come and they wanted me to be there and I would be there. But when it was time for, okay, I need y'all down at City Hall for this issue. We need to push forward this resolution. I can't present this from the dais. It needs to be presented from the floor. They were like, who? Where are they? Where's the support from the community? And I'm like, wow, I would think that the same community that the same community that I definitely supported would be ready and willing as well, but it wasn't going down that way. And it's just really unfortunate. That's true, but at the same time too, I would say this when it comes to that God fearing. Sometimes that is true. Let me tell you, I have. Do any of y'all watch Dark Man? Y'all, my kids have gotten me into it. Y'all, hold up for a minute. I need to find this charger. One moment. No. All right, y'all. Back. Sorry about that. She had to come up here and get the cord. But I don't know if any of you watch. Hey, how are you, brother? To network with strangers, they've been some of my biggest motivation. It's true. It's true that they definitely can be, but at the same time, um, strangers are gonna give maybe one time. Your family get tired of seeing you, but at least, what's that saying? The devil you know. Your family gets tired of, my cousin. I ain't even gonna lie. My cousin. Let me tell you, this cousin's like a brother to me, y'all. I was, when I was moving some of my units, some of my product. My cousin said, "Well, what do you where is this money going? What for?" And I'm like, "Do you see this house? Do you see these children? Do you see these cats? What do you mean what it's going for? Like bruh, I ain't over here on no drugs and I'm not over here, with no expensive handbags and or every month you see me, I got a new phone, I got a new whip. My children say gotta have on the Jordans and like I'm not into that type of stuff. So what you mean where this is going for? Bruh, you better stop playing. We building legacies over here. We are building legacies. Oh my gosh, you must let me know what day, what what weekend you're coming, because this weekend I'll be in Mississippi. How about that? So Color Cafe maybe can come to you. All right, we're supposed to be in there this weekend. That's the plan. That's the plan. So let me give you all the rundown. So Friday, it's an exclusive pop up for Claim Malcolm X Day. If you are in Atlanta and you want to be a part of this pop up, it is going to be an awesome event. As you all know, we're literally on Friday. We are 3 months out from the biggest Claim Malcolm X Day Atlanta we have seen or are known since its inception, because in 2015 it definitely exploded onto Atlanta with a bang, and then the haters kind of came around, and then last year COVID kind of did what it did. But this year Palmetto and I are just putting together just an amazing, amazing event. High energy, high interactive, high engaging, elevating the conversation, good food, good time, good vibes. So if you are going to be in town for May 19th, make sure you make it a part of your agenda for Malcolm X's birthday. If you have, are we flying? No, we're not flying. No, we're driving up, but driving over. It's not that far. But and also, if you have not yet signed the petition for Claim Malcolm X Day worldwide, please make sure you do so. I am about to drop that link. Y'all know I am not playing with this. Y'all know I am a student of X, and it is time we did the proper justice. And we ain't just talking about one day, but it's one place. Okay, we're talking about making this worldwide. So that is Claim Malcolm X Day worldwide, and I'm dropping that link now. And please make sure you sign this if you have not already. No. So, yes. Soul Brother Palmetto is actually out, y'all. He's shipping out books. Y'all, they've been on fire for these books. So he is out making his shipments, getting over to the post office before everything closes and whatnot, and making sure, and UPS too, making sure those go out. But make sure, if you have not signed the petition, that is the link that I just dropped up in there. Please make sure you go over to change.org/Claim Malcolm X Day worldwide. Make sure you sign on, because y'all, it's about time. It's about time. It's beyond time. Um, so y'all know Malcolm X had the famous speech, "Ballot or the bullet." And you know what I used to say instead of that, because y'all know I'm a student of X, so y'all know how I do. I say it's a bullet on the ballot. I was a bullet on the ballot. Period. Period. Play with it. Thank you so much, brother. I think I did see your name. Thank you so much. Y'all, and you know what I think is so sad about that, though, tell you the truth, is that nearly 1,000 people have looked at have looked at the petition, but we don't have 1,000 signatures. Y'all, tell me what's up with that, because I really want to know. I really want to know. Like I was saying earlier, y'all know with Kev on stage, he had a wonderful live this morning talking about the United Negro College Fund, for the first time ever since its inception, has what? It has a black chair. And he was very confused. He's just like, why? How is that possible? How is it possible that we have never had a black chair before? And I want y'all to know it's very possible, because y'all, we don't see strategy in holding those positions often. You know, if we are entitled to them, that's one thing. But also, if we are we're kind of we kind of get bullied into doing positions like that for free. I'm just gonna say what it is. You know how many times I have been called in to consult for something, and then because sister girl over here would do it for free. They ain't paying nobody. They ain't paying nobody. Or, sister girl, our guy, excuse me, because the situation did happen to me before with the man as well. Just the price was so low. Price so low. Like, he did it for one time, 1 year, and then the next year they didn't even have it. They didn't even have the event the following year because it was, he let him nickel and dime him all the way to pennies. And so he did the event for close to pennies, and then the next year it wasn't, it was nothing that nobody even wanted to go to. Whereas when I come in with a budget, because y'all know I come in with one, but with license Keisha said big bank Keisha, big budget, big budget, big budget, big budget, big butt budget, and budget, and you're saying, okay, we must do this, this, and this. This is like off rip. This needs to be had, and they already telling you, what they can't do. But they'll turn around and give somebody, one of their homeboys or homegirls or classmates. A lot of that goes down, y'all. One of their classmates. Me and so and so graduated from so and so back in 1970. Oh, they'll give them the budget. They'll give them all that they need, but they'll tell you they don't have that. They don't have that to pay you. And so it really does come to show that just a lot of those positions they expect us to do for free, whereas they'll make that, they call them a line item. That'll be a line item on some mayor's budget. That'll be a line item on somebody else's agenda. Big, big 6 figure plus. They'll be getting 6 figures for the salary, plus they're given, a budget to manage whatever. Whereas with us, with us, it's either or. And I'm saying you cannot build a discretionary fund out of my budget. Like, I'm not building a budget out of my salary. I'm not. And y'all have to know there were months I walked away from because of that. I walked away from them because of that. Because they want you to take your salary and then create the event. And I'm like, nah, because so and so was able to get us budget for the event, plus she able to manage her salary. And she ain't even got 1 degree. Make that make sense. Come on, somebody. Jennifer Franklin says that, y'all. Come on, somebody. Who else we got? Um, so I would love to, if anybody wants to come and join me on the chat to talk about the importance or significance of us running for office. I would love to hear it. Y'all know I'm not going to do this for too long because I do have to get, it's true, all money ain't good money, but I tell you what, until we learn how to do the skill set exchange and the trade and barter, which is literally how we built our kingdoms, until we're able to get to do that again, y'all, we in some serious trouble. We really, really are in some serious trouble. Yeah, I agree. I walked away from a lot too. It's not worth it when they want you to, take what they're giving you and they want you to turn back and invest it in a company. I just made my own company for that. I made my own company for that. I agree. I agree. Okay. Um, so let's see if anyone wants to, because y'all know that tonight is the night. Tonight is the night. I cook. I cook at the studio. Y'all know we have a few people here at the studio tonight too. So I'm gonna be pulling. I'm gonna be doing some double and tripling down. So we're gonna see what I'm gonna put together. But I cook for the studio family on Wednesdays and Thursdays, y'all. Just to just to make sure we all doing our healthy thing. Y'all, we got the baddest artistic director in the business here at the studio, and y'all, I cannot wait for y'all to see what he's been working on with Two Raw for TV, because it's going to be bananas. But we are being very hush hush. But this weekend is going to be a very full weekend. On Friday, we have the pop up for Claim Malcolm X Day. On Saturday, we will be in Mississippi. M's down, y'all. So if any of y'all watch the Bell Collector, please send me some address. Please drop some pins. So, because I need to get in touch with some of them ladies from Bell Collective, because they out there with that money, and maybe we can even take my daughter over there to Mint. Okay, y'all know I be watching Bell Collective now. I don't even have cable, and I be sneaking it in. Um, oh, good. What are you cooking? What are you cooking? Hey, with Sir Senior. Speaking of cooking, welcome back or welcome back. Ooh, y'all like it. Um, and then Sunday, y'all, is the Renters' Rights Summit right here in Austell, Georgia, that my sister is going to be hosting. So, and that's going to be in Austell, Georgia. So, like I said, if any of you want to be involved with any of that, if any of you are close enough, or if any of you are willing to, drive a couple of minutes to link up and to actually network physically, then please let me know. Send me an email. Y'all know I'm groupglowup@gmail.com. So, who wants to join up on the panel tonight? The topic of conversation tonight is running for office beneficial to us, to African Americans, to ADOSs, to Foundation of Black, to what is the significance? Because you all know too, I do a lot of chatting with the diaspora, and they really take running for office very seriously, a lot more seriously than what I think we have been, the way we take it here. But they do also speak of the corruption. They speak of the very intense corruption. And y'all, I want to say thank you again to anybody that has shown love to my previous video, the video that launched yesterday. I remember me, y'all. Has been a labor of love. It's been so great just even looking back at some of those pictures, seeing the progress that's being made. Also knowing, what the shift has been energy wise since making the move back to Atlanta. Y'all, I can't just say it. I can't say it enough. Like I love being back here. Atlanta is magical. I say it all the time. I'm like, I know Miami is supposed to be known as a magic city, but Atlanta feels like magic just everywhere I turn. And I cannot wait to get to a Braves game, y'all. I think I'm beating up my I'm beating up my hubby to be's ear with all of that talk. Yes, I want to know what's for dinner. What's for dinner from you, God fearing? Why you asking poetic? Hello. So let's see what else we have here. hmm Let's see what else we have here. So out of 2% of the nation that would have run or all have run for office, you can imagine the portion of us that are, or portion of that number that is actually African American. But if anybody would like to guess, I got a prize for you. And you all, please again, please once again, if it's on your heart, please do make a contribution to the Glow Up Omega Cash App on PayPal. It is Courtney Omega, and I love to cook too, but still that doesn't change what you making today. I do. I love to prepare. I don't like to cook all the time, but I love preparing. I love big salads. I love, y'all know I'm really big on the fresh juices and that sort of thing. I'm a preparer, chopper. I like making some fresh salsas. I had to clean out my refrigerator, y'all, though. I got like some spinach or something, get down into some crevices. Y'all know how it goes. Because nothing else really stinks, right? Mushrooms don't really stink. I mean, they are fungus, they don't stink. But I think some spinach might have gotten down in some crevices. Kale, I just eat too fast. I know it can't be kale because I be all over that. But But yeah. Yeah, you can make a contribution. I'm paypal.com, Courtney Omega. I am Cash App Glow Up Omega. And if you need my Zelle, you can email me at groupglowup@gmail.com. I know spinach is the best, but do you guys ever see those memes about spinach? They be like, this is 2 pounds of spinach, and they be having like 3 leaves over there. Y'all. Oh my gosh, don't get me on salmon. Well, here at the studio, we have a strict vegan, so no meats, no meats, no turkey, no salmon, no shrimp. So so your girl be looking for them. I ain't gonna lie. It is. It is. It is. It is. It is. It is. That's exactly what it is. Hey, swag. Hey, y'all in here. I really appreciate y'all for coming through. Y'all, but nobody has talked about it. So I guess y'all have just never been interested in running for office. Well, that's something to look into. Why not? Why not? Because I promise you there's some seats that are actually you do not have to they're nonpartisan. So nonpartisan means you do not have to have an office declared to run for them. Partisan elections, you have to declare whether you are whatever political party you're affiliated with, you have to declare it. But nonpartisan elections, you don't. And so sometimes nonpartisan elections are very easy ways for you to build up a base, which is really what you need in order to be successful with running for office. And who taught me? Now, I wasn't my grandma because my grandmother, like I said, when she was doing her thing, she was older. She wasn't teaching nobody. Y'all, I ain't gonna lie. My grandma was a baby boomer, y'all. Yeah, my grandma was a golden age slash baby boomer. She was not gonna be teaching nobody how to run for office. She was just gonna do it herself. But my sister who precedes me, the one here in Austell, Georgia, she is the one that basically she lays out. I call them black prints. She calls them blueprints, but she lays out campaign blueprints. But I call them black prints, and she tells you, hey, this is what you need to do in order to be a viable candidate. This is what you need to do to be successful, and this is what you need to do to position yourself. Sometimes running for office is not about winning the seat. Sometimes it's about garnering the support or for your platform, for your cause, and you're able to, for lack of a better term, make some noise with it. Um, oh, I love shrimp. Yeah, I do. um, Jumbo shrimps. Hey, North Carolina worker, how are you? NC worker, haven't seen you in a little bit. Very good. Great to see you here today. We're gonna be wrapping up shortly, but the conversation is running for office, holding political office. Is it something that more of us should be interested in? Why or why not? I did say it has some benefits. The benefits are you get to learn how to be very strategic with your time management as well as with your skill appropriation, because y'all sometimes it is good to be able to talk a lot, but sometimes depending on what group you're working with, it's not the action trumps. Well done is better than well said any day. Jadena said it. I don't listen to him that much anymore, but I cannot deny the empowering anthem of "Long Live the Chief." Mm. You know, so uh, there are some particular skill sets that running for office really expose, but there are some other things that are a bit of a setback. And when you talk about exposure, that is another thing too, because sometimes people think because you are an elected official, they just automatically assume that you have money. So, like I said, being exposed for a lot, your financial assets become public record, and anybody could. So that was another thing too. Why people were like they were really uh, confused as to why my financial assets, were public display, and there was talk about the fact that I just was not doing what I should do to maintain this home because I had more than enough to to totally acquire it, and I did not. But again, people are only seeing one side of your financial records, and so yeah, your items are exposed, and they are up for they are your information is vulnerable when you are a public when you hold a public seat. So that's another part too. The other that follower was thought that I was, but I really didn't realize how much I was taken away from my kids and how much of an absent parent I was until COVID happened. And we couldn't go to the council meetings. You know, we were doing them on Zoom, and I was just there with my babies the whole time, and I was able to really see that I didn't know what they were doing as far as homework, and I like to call myself a very on a very uh physically on site parent, very active parent. I always was at the school, always was interacting with the teachers and that sort of thing, but day to day after day, I was like, y'all are doing this, like, oh my god. So I'm to um, rebuilding, rebranding what an elected official looks like and how she serves or he or she serves. And I think there's a way that you can serve your community by still serving your home, because I'm telling you right now, those things are just they're totally different. Like, that's the sacrifice that a lot of public officials make, just sacrificing their time at home and their families in order to serve communities. And then when you get communities that aren't even responsive to the resolutions or the change and the efforts that you're making, the impact that you put forward, it really, like I said, COVID took the shades off, and I was really able to see then that the people weren't really as committed to getting this change done as they were to making sure that their families were straight. So I was like, oh, they're not coming out to these meetings, but here I am coming out for them. You know, I was able to see how many people called and checked up on me. When there was no council meeting that I was running to, and that was the conversation that I usually had with people. Hey, you coming to this, da da da, and that's the way we would converse. But without being able to be out and about and not being able to do that and being in lockdown, how many people called up and said, "Hey, what's going on? Update me. How is this going to work?" But I tell you what, when they were talking about those schools, I was getting calls left and right. When are schools going to be back in? Oh, wow. Not Courtney, how are you doing? How are your kids? Is anybody, everybody okay around there? They were calling me up about when school was going to be back in because they did not appreciate it. Let's read this here. I like this. Um, let's see. You said, uh, okay, I'm going to read the whole thing. And this is from my good brother. Being elected with good intent is futile when you're surrounded by those who will fight against such effort, and it's scattered. Yeah, a lot of us are not on the same page when it comes to platforms and campaigns and what we're looking to accomplish. Very true. Um, effort is scattered. Targets one geographical area, gathering a majority of elected officials who benefit us, so you've the power to change with little resistance. You're saying that one should target one geographical area, gathering a majority of elected officials who benefit us, so you've the power to change with little resistance. Yeah, that's very true. And you know what's something so funny about, well, that's so true about what you said, is that you really find out who's for what when you run for office. I promise you, the people that you think would have no say about, like, they seem like they don't care, bruh. Let you run for office, all of a sudden. oh, we don't need to be changing the zoning. We don't need to be changing the zoning for the school because if we change zoning for the school, I'm not going to be able to take that shortcut through the cemetery, past the cemetery no more. And that cuts off 5 minutes from that cuts off 5 minute time for me when going to work. You know, we just need to leave it. And so I'm like, so you're willing? Let me get this straight. Let me just get let me John. John, just move in here, John. And John's real name, conversation. I said, so you willing to make kids have to go to this school that is not as high performing, where we just moved the zone over 2 more streets? You can now go to school that is high performing and there's zone for it. Still our community kids, but you don't want to do that because that's going to make more traffic and it's not going to be that throughway available anymore. So that be you can take that shortcut and you don't have to worry about being late to work where you've been for 14 years making miles an hour. That's what you want, John? Yeah. Real conversation. Give you a raise, brother. You don't even making a double digits, brother, but you wanna make sure you still on time. You just you don't care about your grandkids, your granduncle, your grandnephews that you granduncle to. You don't care about them being able to go to a better school. You just want to be on time to work. I would have to walk off. I would have to walk off. I would have to walk off. I would. So, it's definitely a wake up. It's a method of being really uh, pulling back, what they call pull the scales away from your eyes. It's a way to really being in tune to your community when you run for office because you start to see stuff that they care about that you thought that they could care less. You thought that you could care. You thought they could care less. And I mean, and some of it really, especially these people that were going to these jobs that they claimed they hated. When I would tell them, hey, why don't you come down to City Hall? We're going to be meeting and we're talking about this and this. And I know this is something that could really affect you because, your child goes to this and this school. Girl, I can't come to that. I got to work. And I'm like, you still at the McDonald's on McDonald? Y'all, this is true. It was at McDonald's on McDonald in Coconut Grove. Yeah, yeah, I'm still there. Sis, I will pay you. I said, how much? What time? I'll pay. I said, I'll pay you. I said, I'll pay you for 2 hours, sis. I said, I'll pay you $25. Just please come. Just because we're gonna do this item on the agenda very early, so it's high up. So just let me pay you, $20 just to come for the first 2 hours. Oh nah, nah. I finally got the shift I want. I ain't gonna mess that up. I don't want to mess that up. Nah, nah. It's okay. It's okay. I'll tell some people though. Yeah, I'm done. That'd be the worst when they say they're gonna tell some people. What you think the first question is that they're gonna ask? Are you going? That's the first question they're gonna ask. Are you going? And when you say, nah, I ain't going, guess what they're gonna do? They're just gonna pass excuse. Especially our friends are good for that. Our friends are good for that. The people that are closest to you are doing to do what you do. They're not gonna challenge that. Yeah. Oh, absolutely. Oh, absolutely it was. And that's why, I still get emails. People still ask me, you know, um, why would you leave being an elected official? Why would you leave being an elected official? And I tell them all the time, I chose my family. I chose my family who I know over people that the community that I thought were like family. Because that's really what it came down to. Like these people would say, and they might even, I'm not even gonna lie, some of these people would even throw a couple of dollars. They would throw a couple of dollars here and there. But when it really comes out to support, I tell people all the time, people ask, well, do you want me to support you with money or be there? I'm going to tell them to physically be there every time because physical is energy, money is currency. But physical is energy. Now currency, it still is, it's vibrating. It vibrates. But physically, I would rather you be there than say, I'm gonna give you $20 so you can, get 200 more flyers printed up. Thank you, Go Green. Y'all, if y'all ever in Miami, Florida, please make sure you patronize Go Green Copy Center located on Grand Avenue. They were lovely sponsors for a lot of my campaign materials, and they cut me just excellent rates always. So, yes, if you have to choose, I'm going to go with physical. I want somebody to physically be there. And that's for anything. Because even with having a man, right? Having a man there to pay the bills is different than him just throwing money at the bills because I just think that they don't really have a real appreciation for what that money is doing. You know, I had to tell a friend about that the other day. You know, he said, "Oh, I know that. I know it don't matter really. I know you holding down business." And I said, "Don't you ever think that your contribution to uh you know to the business helps me hold down that business even more so. Don't ever just say, oh, I know you holding down business regardless. Right? Absolutely. Absolutely. Let me put that up in the highlight. Yeah. That's right. That's for friends, family, or anyone. I'd rather you're here than just throwing your money at the situation. Just, you know, that goes without saying. So let's, I don't know if any of y'all are really into it, but, I have been working on a couple of little features, but, I did want to share this with you. Ah, thank you so much. Y'all keep them coming in. Y'all keep them coming in. I appreciate it. Northern Belle. Um, I did want to share this excerpt with y'all. Let me just get this together. Y'all coming through. I really appreciate it, y'all. I really do. Like I said, y'all know I miss my live family, but I'm really out here just making it happen, y'all. And I'm telling you, for the past couple of days, it's been incredible. Like it's been a lot, but it's been a lot. It's been a lot, but it's been a lot. And I just see how the universe is shifting. You can see, whoop, you can see that thing going like that. I love it. I love it. I love it. So let me cue this up. Y'all know how I do. And we're gonna get this going. Oh my gosh. Betty, you're so sweet. It said you blocking people out. I don't like to block people out, but I tell you what, I'm very selective about who gets my time. The older that I've gotten, I'm very selective about who gets my time. Like, y'all know, let me before I cut into this, y'all, because this is um very important that we get to this conversation. But um a brother emailed me the other day and just said, "Give me your new number." Bro, don't you ever. Don't you ever. Y'all know I'm Richard and Rosalind's daughter. Don't, give me your new number. It's a no. It's a no. So I'm very just protective of that type of time, that energy, but I don't block anybody out. When I used to work for the city of Miami, I used to before I was elected, I worked for the city of Miami. And I used to have to travel out of the community actually to work in another community that I loved and I ended up living in. Actually, when I was evicted from my home, I ended up living in Overtown while I was getting ready where another uh, apartment. They were renovating another apartment in Coconut Grove. So, no, I don't want to be too up. I don't want to be too up. Um, but I don't want to be no. I don't be no man up. I don't want to fight no. I don't want to fight no man. I don't want to fight no man. I don't like to fuss. Promise y'all I don't. But God fearing, you need to make sure you send me your address and put something in that cash app today because I tell you I'm sending out we have some really impactful merch that I'm sending to everyone that has contributed tonight. I'm going to be literally putting that in the mail tomorrow or Friday at the latest. So you'll have them. Mail is running real crazy and slow, but it's taking about a week. But y'all, you're gonna love it. And these particular pieces of merchandise are going to be what sets off when it comes to when you come to think about the Omega brand and just the history and elevating conversation, this sets it off. So without further ado, y'all, we're about to wrap up, but I wanted to play this for y'all. I'm gonna play this for y'all on the exit out. Y'all make sure to drop your emails. Let's exchange. Let's continue to build. This is Glow Nation. Y'all know what to do. And y'all, if you have not yet, please make sure to go to change.org. Make sure you sign, support, and share the petition to claim Malcolm X Day worldwide. Make sure you make sure you like up the community portion of my channel because it is my dad's birthday today. So please send Daddy Richard some thumbs up on that post. And then last but not least, okay, please make sure that if you have not done so yet, please make sure you see the video that I made yesterday, set to the tune of the incomparable Jennifer Hudson with I Remember Me. And until next time, y'all know what to do. Glow up, but don't leave just yet. Got something very special coming up.
In fact, I think we'd be fooling ourselves if we had an audience this large and didn't realize that there were some enemies present. This afternoon, we want to talk about the ballot or the bullet. The ballot or the bullet explains itself. But before we get into it, since this is the year of the ballot or the bullet, I would like to clarify some things that refer to me personally concerning my own personal position. I'm still a Muslim. That is, my religion is still Islam. My religion is still Islam. I still credit Mr. Muhammad for what I know and what I am. He's the one who opened my eyes. At present, I'm the minister of the newly founded Muslim Mosque Incorporated, which has its offices in the Teresa Hotel right in the heart of Harlem. That's the Black Belt in New York City. And when we realized that Adam Clayton Powell is a Christian minister, he has Abyssinia Baptist Church, but at the same time he's more famous for his political struggle. And Dr. King is a Christian minister from Atlanta, Georgia, or in Atlanta, Georgia, but he's become more famous for being involved in the civil rights struggle. There's another in New York, Reverend Galamison. I don't know if you've heard of him out here. He's a Christian minister from Brooklyn, but has become famous for his fight against the segregated school system in Brooklyn. Reverend Cleave, right here, is a Christian minister here in Detroit. He's the head of the Freedom Now Party. All of these are Christian ministers. All of these are Christian ministers, but they don't come to us as Christian ministers. They come to us as fighters in some other category. I'm a Muslim minister. The same as they are Christian ministers, I'm a Muslim minister. And I don't believe in fighting today in any one front, but on all fronts. In fact, I'm a black nationalist freedom fighter. Islam is my religion, but I believe my religion is my personal business. It governs my personal life, my personal morals. And my religious philosophy is personal between me and the God in whom I believe. Just as the religious philosophy of these others is between them and the God in whom they believe. And this is best this way. Were we to come out here discussing religion, we'd have too many differences from the outstart, and we could never get together. So today, though Islam is my religious philosophy, my political, economic, and social philosophy is black nationalism. You and I... As I say, if we bring up religion, we'll have differences, we'll have arguments, we'll never be able to get together. But if we keep our religion at home, keep our religion in the closet, keep our religion between ourselves and our God, but when we come out here, we have a fight that's common to all of us against the enemy who is common to all of us. The political philosophy of black nationalism only means that the black man should control the politics and the politicians in his own community. The time when white people can come in our community and get us to vote for them so that they can be our political leaders and tell us what to do and what not to do is long gone. By the same token, the time when that same white man, knowing that your eyes are too far open, can send another Negro into the community, get you and me to support him so he can use him to lead us astray, those days are long gone. The political philosophy of black nationalism only means that if you and I are going to live in a black community, and that's where we're going to live, because as soon as you move into one of as soon as you move out of the black community into their community, it's mixed for a period of time, but they're gone, and you're right there all by yourself. We must understand the politics of our community. And we must know what politics is supposed to produce. We must know what part politics play in our lives. And until we become politically mature, we will always be misled, led astray or deceived or maneuvered into supporting someone politically who doesn't have the good of our community at heart. So the political philosophy of black nationalism only means that we will have to carry on a political program of re-education to open our people's eyes, make us become more politically conscious, politically mature. And then we will, whenever we get ready to cast our ballot, that ballot will be cast for a man of the community who has the good of the community at heart. The economic philosophy of black nationalism only means that we should own and operate and control the economy of our community. You can't open up a black store in a white community. White man won't even patronize you. And he's not wrong. He got sense enough to look out for himself. And you don't have sense enough to look out for yourself. The white man is too intelligent to let someone else come and gain control of the economy of his community. But you will let anybody come in and control the economy of your community. Control the housing, control the education, control the jobs, control the businesses under the pretext that you want to integrate. No, you're out of your mind. The economic philosophy of black nationalism only means that we have to become involved in a program of re-education to educate our people into the importance of knowing that when you spend your dollar out of the community in which you live, the community in which you spend your money becomes richer and richer. The community out of which you take your money becomes poorer and poorer. And because these Negroes who have been misled, misguided, are breaking their necks to take their money and spend it with the man. The man is becoming richer and richer, and you're becoming poorer and poorer. And then what happens? The community in which you live becomes a slum. It becomes a ghetto. The conditions become run down. And then you have the audacity to complain about poor housing in a rundown community. While you're really down yourself when you take your dollar. And you and I are in a double track, because not only do we lose by taking our money someplace else and spending it, when we try and spend it in our own community, we're trapped because we haven't had sense enough to set up stores and control the businesses of our community. The man who's controlling the stores in our community is a man who doesn't look like we do. He's a man who doesn't even live in the community. So you and I, even when we try and spend our money in the block where we live, or the area where we live, we're spending it with a man who, when the sun goes down, takes that basket full of money in another part of the town. So we're trapped, double trapped, triple trapped. Anywhere we go, we find that we're trapped. And every kind of solution that someone comes up with is just another trap. But the political and economic philosophy of black nationalism, shows our people the importance of setting up these little stores and developing them and expanding them into larger operations. Woolworth didn't start out big like they are today. They started out with a dime store and expanded and expanded and expanded until today they're all over the country and all over the world, and they're getting some of everybody's money. Now, this is what you and I in General Motors, the same way it started out like it is. It started out just a little rat race type operation, and it expanded until today it's where it is right now. And you and I have to make a start. And the best place to start is right in the community where we live. So our people not only have to be re-educated to the importance